Hey everybody, this is Aaron Yonda.
Hi, it's Matt.
We're the directors of Chad Vader. Season 2 is still in limbo. We're sorry about that, but we have here an extra commentary track over the first episode of Chad Vader from off of the Chad Vader DVD.
The Chad Vader DVD is a great DVD. If you would like more information on the Chad Vader DVD, you can send us an email at blamesocietyfilms@gmail.com.
So here's the commentary. Thanks. Bye. So this is Asa Dirks. He became the inadvertent poster boy for Chad Vader when the Wall Street Journal put his face along with Chad on the cover of the newspaper.
This scene has been pictured in so many papers that I can't even count them. Asa is now lives in New York, I guess. He's going to be a famous actor, and he was only around for episodes 1 and 2, which is too bad because he's great. And I think John Urban and Tona Williams set up this shot. It was different than our original plan, and I think it turned out better.
Here's the apple shot. That people always say, "Did you do that in reverse?" But no, it was actually just a piece of fish line run through the middle of the apple, sort of bolted onto the back with a piece of metal, and we had somebody stand behind me and just shoot it up into my hand with the fish line.
In this tracking shot, Tona is in a shopping cart.
Yes. So Chad has this little meeting with Randy here, and it's kind of awkward. Chad really takes his jobs way too seriously.
And he regards Randy as a sort of emperor figure to him. There's Brad Knight there.
And Randy's just a bedraggled, sort of, overworked grocery store manager. Here's Chad having no luck with the employees.
Flashback.
As is sort of his way.
Then she walked away.
Brad's actually been sort of miscast in this role because he's actually a very funny improviser and a funny comedian. But we made him the straight man.
And he's hated us ever since. It was hard, actually, in that suit to go down on one knee and then get up again. That was probably the biggest challenge of the scene for me. We sometimes we plan out the gestures that I'm going to do in advance, but a lot of times it's just kind of like I'll say the lines and then I'll just, do whatever comes natural, and maybe we'll tweak those a little bit.
Christina Levica from Appleton, she contacted us after seeing McCourt's in session and said she wanted to be involved with one of our productions, and we decided to cast her as Clarissa, the love interest.
Yeah, Lord Vader.
Is there a dove in here?
Yeah, there's like a mourning dove that lives on my air conditioner, and it keeps cooing.
It's so loud.
Yeah.
I
don't know if you can hear that.
Back to the show.
Here, Chad is about to do the special flower summoning.
More fishing line coming up.
Fishing line here.
Fishing line there.
And then that was just thrown, actually.
Yeah.
We just had somebody chuck it off screen.
2 fishing lines at the cabinet.
That's
to
the
open
magic,
door
movie magic, people throwing things. Chad Has a Date was a little improvisation that Matt did for this while we were doing the voice. He actually just came up with it while we were recording, and it fit in. I think we needed something to fit in when Chad walks away to make it better.
I always thought that move that Chad just did with the melon, I always thought that really looked a lot like Darth Vader. And then for this, Rob is actually just standing up on his tiptoes, and then there we had to lift him up, which was really difficult because I think we had to stand on apple boxes to lift him up.
Right.
So, and there's Clint.
Another reveal shot, similar to the first scene.
We did a lot of reveals in this first one. Clint, I think I based Clint's character on an old boss that I had when I worked at the college. He had sort of a kind of a Weasley voice like Clint, and he liked to berate people, and I think he's the indirect inspiration for Clint. And I also, I don't remember where I got the idea to have Clint sort of do fake swearing, but I think that's one of my favorite parts of his character. That he's such a jerk, but he doesn't swear.
But then Chad still gets upset when he calls him a butthole, because Chad sort of has this, similar to, any Jedi have sort of a code of honor, and so if you call a Jedi a butthole, they'd probably be offended.
Look how thick that lightsaber is. Holy cow. And that was an actual slip. Aaron actually slipped on
that actually hurt. I didn't hurt myself as much as in episode 5 when I fell with the Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't recovered from that. My finger's, kind of messed up. But So here's the closing credits. This is about the time I like to start talking about my new clothes that I get.
I want to find out more about those doves. What's going to happen when you turn on the air conditioner?
It vibrates. I think that helps the eggs, actually.
It also pleasures the dove.
I wouldn't want to talk about that.